So first of all, I just want to say hello, everyone, and thank you, Richard. Also, a big thanks to Group Futurista for hosting this event. Today we're all here to discuss the future of contactless payments in a post-COVID economy. But I'd like to take kind of a broader scope. I'd like to discuss a broader scope since business consists of much more than just payments. Today, I'll be discussing the future of payments, marketing, and loyalty, since each of these systems are now forced to go contactless as a result of the coronavirus. Specifically, I'll be discussing the problems that legacy systems are facing and what our company is doing to help solve some of these challenges. Before we get started, I'd like to share an overview of the content that we'll be covering. First, a short history of our company, Wallet Inc. Then I'll discuss why legacy systems are being forced to change. Next, we'll step through what an ideal solution would look like in a COVID economy. And lastly, I'll explain how these complex solutions are being implemented by our company. So Wallet Inc. was founded in 2014. We're based in Santa Barbara, California. We have 17 team members located in 4 countries, so we're still a small company. In 2015, we launched version 1.0 of our platform in the casino industry, and this is because casinos contain retail outlets like gift shops, they contain hotels, restaurants, bars, they have live events, and of course they have gaming operations. This creates a very complex environment for managing customer data. Version 2.0 is now operating in a private closed beta with 3,000 business invitees. So far, we've created over 1 million digital wallets and facilitated over $1 billion in value exchanged between businesses and their customers. Very briefly, this is me. I've spent the past 20 years building enterprise software in the banking and finance sector. Prior to founding Wallet Inc., I built a mortgage trading platform to help banks manage their compliance with the Community Reinvestment Act. And before that, I was the VP at Bank of America in the Strategic Business Alliances division. And in the early 2000s, I was the lead developer for an employee portal that supported $2 billion in financial transactions per day. Something more personal about me is that I've backpacked through a couple of dozen countries and have made my home in a few over the past 20 years. If you'd like more information, you're welcome to connect with me on LinkedIn at the address below. So let's discuss some current problems and why things need to change. First, I'd like to acknowledge that each country is dealing with COVID-19 in their own way. So some of the issues I'll describe may or may not apply in your country, but in the United States, these are the major shifts that we've been seeing. As many of us already know, businesses have chosen to suspend their use of cash. In fact, in the United States, banks and businesses are experiencing a coin shortage due to this reduced movement of cash. Also, we have increased levels of unemployment and many people are focused on cutting costs. We also see that governments are providing vast amounts of stimulus to keep their economies moving. And lastly, traditional payment methods are now competing with sophisticated digital wallets, which we'll explore in some of the future slides here. COVID has also introduced some new challenges in marketing. So since many people are now staying home, advertising in public spaces is much less effective. This problem is magnified by the fact that measuring traditional marketing campaigns has always been incredibly difficult. So for example, how would a company measure the effectiveness of a roadside billboard versus a magazine advertisement? In most cases, they can't. So this causes large companies to spend far more money than they need to because they have to advertise everywhere. And this is sometimes called shotgun marketing. Small businesses then have difficulty competing for the same customers due to their limited marketing budgets. Now, certainly digital advertising has provided many big advantages, but this has also drastically increased the number of ads that we encounter every day. So the combination of these issues has resulted in consumers being bombarded with an estimated 5,000 ads per day. The issues with loyalty programs in a COVID economy is a bit more obvious. Most of these programs are outdated and clumsy and use physical cards that customers must carry with them everywhere. These are now a concern and a liability in a COVID economy. Some companies have transitioned to email-based loyalty systems, but email is not well suited for this. Customers are already bombarded with emails. Also, typical open rates for email marketing is in the 10 to 20% range. This means that 80 to 90% of targeted customers are missing the opportunities provided by their loyalty programs. Lastly, let's discuss the perspective of the business owner when using these different systems. Along the bottom of this page are some of the leaders in these respective categories, all of which offer mature and robust solutions. However, all of these systems are disconnected. They don't communicate with one another, and this creates friction for the business owner. Now let's talk about what an ideal solution would look like. First, the ideal solution would have to connect each of these separate systems. This is what the Wallet platform does for businesses. It behaves as a communication hub connecting these separate data repositories. By connecting these data sources, the business can motivate customers from a single centralized platform. Customers can then respond to these incentives, and this bi-directional conversation creates an environment for a much better relationship between the business and their customers. So let's explore the business's experience using the Wallet administrative portal. The Wallet platform provides a customizable admin portal for the business and its employees. This provides the appropriate tools and reports for an employee based on their roles and responsibilities in the organization. For example, a company's marketing department would have very different tools than the IT department or the accounting department. It scales to suit companies of any size with any number of departments and employees. This allows the business to manage their customers, their club members, their transactions, rewards, messages, integrated systems, analytics, and more. So now let's talk about the customer's experience. If we think about all of the email and advertisements that customers receive every day, one of the first things we need is a centralized tool for accessing all of this information. The ideal interface for customers would allow them to combine all of the loyalty and payment tools for all of their favorite companies. It would not require users to download a new mobile app, since that process has a lot of friction of its own. Instead, this would be a web-based system, so customers don't need to download and install another mobile app. So let's explore some of those details. To achieve a high adoption rate, customers should be invited by one or more of their favorite companies. This is done with a simple text message containing a link. These messages are fully compliant with all TCPA regulations, so customers can opt out if they choose. But one of the benefits here is that SMS messages have a 98% open rate. Once the customer has clicked the link, they're provided with their personalized digital wallet. All transactions from the wallet to the business are completely contactless using our direct point-of-sale terminal integration, which I'll explain in future slides. The customer will also notice that from a single menu, they can switch between the other companies that have associated themselves with this customer. The customer can then access a personalized menu of rewards, payments, messages from each of their favorite companies. So in just a few seconds, our customer has gone from a cluttered email inbox to a digital wallet that provides a direct channel to each company that she does business with. So far, we've covered the merging of loyalty and payments into a single digital wallet. Next, let's talk about some of the marketing tools that will help businesses and customers navigate COVID. Using the Wallet administrative portal, businesses can generate QR codes for placement on any of their advertisements. We call this feature an advertisement credit. Customers can then scan the QR code using any scanner of their choosing. This will then open the wallet interface, which can be used for a discount on the business's products and services. The big benefit of this tool is that it provides the business with a ton of information about their marketing campaigns. For example, a customer might scan the code, save the discount, view it 10 times over the course of a week, and redeem it once. All of this data is available to the business so they can quickly identify which advertisements are resonating with customers and which ones are not. This allows them to cut wasteful spending and focus their efforts on the more effective marketing channels, essentially eliminating the shotgun marketing approach. It also allows small businesses to compete more effectively. So far, excuse me. So another marketing feature provided in the wallet platform is something we call dynamic vouchers. This allows the business to create a time-sensitive reward that expires in some number of minutes or hours. In this example, we see that the customer has received a reward that is slowly decreasing in value as the offer approaches expiration. This has the effect of bringing customers in quickly to receive maximum reward. These campaigns can be repeated with different values and targeted to different customers until the business finds the right combination of settings to preserve a steady flow of customers every day. In a COVID economy, this ability to attract customers on demand is exactly what small businesses will need. So now let's talk about how we think about the B2C interaction. You're likely familiar with some of these leaders in the payment space. One thing they all have in common is that their products are entirely built around the credit card transaction. This is a very narrow scope, which ignores a much richer set of tools that businesses and customers could use. The wallet platform includes credit card transactions, but also provides so much more. This is an overview of what we call the wallet core library. We add new features and tools to it every month. So now let's talk about how this works. In this example transaction, we differentiate between our platform and other payment leaders. Here we see the customer using a card or mobile device at the keypad. This keypad is what all the major payment providers focus on. The problem with this is that the keypad doesn't have very much information about the transaction. It only contains the amount due. The wallet platform integrates directly with the point of sale terminal, which provides much more information about the transaction. So for example, which register are we at? Who is the customer? When was the last time they made a purchase? Have they accumulated any points or discounts? Which items are they purchasing, and do they qualify for any specials? This extra information allows us to do things that the other payment providers cannot. In addition to point of sale terminal integrations, we also offer a free component to the software development community. To illustrate how this works, let's pretend we've got a programmer at a company called ABC Corp. This programmer has been tasked with adding a coupon to the company's website. So how do they do this? Where do they start? And what is a coupon? The programmer begins to wonder, is a coupon a discount on a specific product? Or is it a discount on an entire order? Can it be used any number of times by any number of anonymous users? Or is a coupon connected with specific club members? This is where the wallet core library comes in. The programmer can use our library to find the right payment object for their needs. We have many to choose from, and each has been created to address a specific scenario. The programmer simply downloads our library and can very quickly implement the functionality that their company requires. And this, of course, is so much easier. So here's a brief case study for how the casino industry has used the wallet platform. One thing to note about the casino industry is that they typically mail their customers paper booklets containing a range of offers and discounts. These offers can be used at the hotel, the restaurants, bars, nightclubs, and so on. The problem with this process is that the casino is operating on a 30-day marketing cycle, since they mail these booklets and wait to see whether customers come in to redeem them. This process provides the casino with almost no data about the customer experience. A transition from this process to the wallet platform has allowed the casino industry to collapse their 30-day marketing cycle into an instantaneous communication system with their customers. By switching to SMS and a digital wallet, the casino can measure the open rates for each customer's offers. Based on these measurements, the casino can modify each customer's offers until they've reached optimal levels of customer engagement. As customers receive more enticing offers, they become motivated to visit the casino, resulting in a win-win for both participants. To summarize, we've covered how payments, marketing, and loyalty systems need to come together for mutual benefit between businesses and their customers. This, of course, was the case before COVID, but now COVID has made these efforts a major priority. Once the threat of COVID has diminished, we view the wallet platform as an indispensable tool for managing customer retention. You may already know that it's 5 times more expensive to attract a new customer than to earn repeat business from an existing customer. And studies have shown that a modest 5% increase in customer retention rates can generate 25 to 95% more profit. Of course, this is a wide range. So the exact number depends on the business, its profit margins, and several other factors. But our intention is to do everything we can to increase customer retention, resulting in a win-win for the business and its customers. With that, I'd like to thank you all for your attention. If you